is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and I have my first design team project for Color Rush Studios. So this month, I will be sharing on the first 4 Mondays of the month, and then I will go back to Thursdays, I believe. So I am going to play along with Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches Round 17. And today's sketch is from Sarah Davies. And when I saw this sketch, I knew exactly that I was going to use one of the large doilies that came in the Echoes of Home kit. And that was going to be my circle area. It also calls for 2 photos. So I have these 2 photos. They are, I wish I could remember the actual name of the building, but it was one of Gotti's buildings, and it was literally like across the street, like next to across the street from the VRBO that we were staying at in Barcelona. So it was really cool. We had dropped our stuff off and we hit the town walking. And this was the first piece we were going to see, and it was literally right there. It was super awesome. So it is one of the first pictures that we took in Barcelona. And of course, because it was right there next to where we were staying, we also got to see it lit up at night, which I think might be cooler. So all of the balconies kind of look like dragons, and then the roof has like scales, and it just, like, the whole history of it is super cool. So I would highly recommend you look into all of Gotti's creations because he was kind of a master architect. So even though these pictures weren't taken necessarily at the same time, I felt like they went together. So I started with 2 strips of paper from this month's kit and just did, I think it's only 1 inch. I think they're only 1 inch strips. And then I also took some of the Frazzle and some of the pom-pom trim, and I'm going to use those for the layers that go vertically. Now, in the sketch, it does call for some horizontal elements, so it almost makes it kind of a L-shaped design. I opted actually not to do that. I felt like it had enough as it was. So I actually have the layout right here, so I can look at it while we are making it. And so for the Frazzles, I do tend to stick it down with some Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, just because the wet adhesive I think works really well. And then I don't know what's going on with me lately, but things have been like extra crooked, like straight lines that are supposed to be straight lines. I have been struggling with. And that being said, it's totally fine if it doesn't bother you. But it was bothering me. So like yesterday's layout, today's layout, they needed some straight lines. And so I had to make them straight. And my desk is an utter disaster. I know somewhere on this desk is a T-square ruler, and I don't know where it is. So I am just using the piece of paper to kind of form that straight line, and that totally works. So that makes me happy because The alternative is cleaning my room instead of crafting, which I don't always enjoy. I'm not going to lie. I really do enjoy making the mess. So in the sketch, there's not a whole lot of like embellishment clusters where you're going to put the embellishing, other than the title is supposed to go along the circle area. And because I use the doily, it's kind of scalloped, right? So I opted not to do my title there. Number one, because it's scalloped. Number two, because I would actually have to figure out what I was going to title this, as well as maybe figure out the name of the building, because I think that's always a good title. But in the acrylic kit, there is this acrylic piece that says, "Let's stay home." And I'm going to use that as part of my title. Now, you're probably thinking, Crystal, you're not at home. You're in Spain. You're not even in like your home country. Like, how is that possible? I'm going to get to that. But first, I am going to do 2 major embellishment clusters. I'm going to take one of the florals. I'm going to cut it in half, use it on the top and bottom. I am going to add a butterfly, and I really want to add one of these metal keys because it's a building and buildings have keys. This is how my mind justifies things. And then I really liked the white acrylic house that goes with the white acrylic "Let's Stay Home." And again, it's a building. It's not my house. But I think at some point somebody lived there. I think it's a museum now. So I decided to put that kind of in the join of the 2 photos. Now we get the cutest little fabric butterflies that have like sequins on them, and they're like doubled up. And so I decided that the pink one fit really well on top of the title. And now that I'm looking at it, I totally think that my next project, I'm going to tear these apart. And then I'm going to have 2. So you would actually get 8 butterflies instead of 4. But this one, it's going to be pulled up. So I did go in my stash and I found some tiny letter stickers, and I spelled out the word "not." So my title says, "Let's not stay home." And then I added some sequins from my stash, as well as one of the resin flowers. So if you have any questions, please leave them down below. I have all the information for the shop in the description box, as well as the playlist for 30 days. And you can use my code TIPSCRYSTAL to save